What's up, guys? Brad from Pariah Customs here. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me into my welding class. It's just a bit of a very long walk I have to get there, and here we are. Let's get into it. Alright, so as per usual, start off with safety. I'm just getting geared up here. This is the contraption that I use to set up my testing plates. I'm not the one that made it. It was ready in the classroom. It's just a couple of clamps cut in half, welded onto a plate that has the little 1/4-inch midsection there that you line your plates up against. So we're just going to go ahead and place in the first side here. Make sure that your beveled edge is facing that centerpiece, and you get something that looks a little like this. Mine was a bit off, but it's whatever. Then you place that center backing piece on, and we're going to go ahead and tighten everything down with the clamps. So first step, obviously, got to get my gloves back on. Don't want to be welding without them. Just going to go ahead and get my tacks on to hold that backing piece onto my actual work metal. Alright, and now that my tacks are done, we're just going to go ahead and take this out of the clamps here. Pretty easy process. I definitely love having this little machine. It's seriously so helpful. Alright, here we are, just go ahead and taking that off. This is what my tacks ended up looking like. They're not my best, but I don't hate them. They'll hold. They're not really going to be seen, so it doesn't matter all that much. And this is what the front of the plate ended up looking like. I did notice that I grabbed two pieces that were different lengths, but it's not going to impact too much. And this is me just kind of sorting out my station here, making sure my brush is out of the way since it's wooden, getting my gloves on, checking out the gun, making sure everything is ready to go. Ended up having to do a little trim. I left a bit of overhang after I did my tacks, which was annoying. And it's just kind of standard pre-weld stuff, checking out the gun, everything like that, like I already said. Then I get my glove on, and then it's almost time to strike. But before doing all that, though, I did have to go ahead and orient my plate how I wanted, and now we're off to the races. And this was sped up about 4 times speed. It took me about 4 minutes to fully lay down this first bead. I wanted to really make sure that I was getting in there, getting the penetration right, and making sure that I was really having a lot of cohesion when it came to my two pieces, since, you know, they were different sizes and I wanted to make sure that I could compensate for that. And here we go, finally lifted the hood, just kind of checking it out a little bit. The bottom was still red hot, so I thought that was kind of cool, playing with that with the brush, just watching it spark. In a normal situation, probably don't do that, but I was just messing around. Gonna go ahead and brush off everything. I did use flux core, as I said earlier, so there is still a little bit of slag on top. Struggling with the pliers a bit there, but we're just gonna go ahead and clean everything off. And this is what the bead finally ended up looking like. You can tell I was making really wide strokes there with the gun. Had a little bit of splatter, nothing too crazy. Alright, now I'm just going ahead and getting ready for my second bead. Checking out the gun, making sure that's good. Did leave a little bit of overhang, but I just wanted to make sure that that was alright. And there we go, get the gloves on, almost ready to go. Drop the hood, and I realized, oh, my brush is still over there. Moved that, and I realized, oh, I'm standing really awkwardly, but now we're good to go. And honestly, by this point, the metal was getting pretty hot, and I could feel my gloves getting a little toasty, but that's just part of the game. And I did go ahead and speed up the whole cleaning off the bead, stuff like that, just because we've already seen it once. We don't really need to see it again, you know? But just here's all that footage all sped up once again, 4 times speed, and getting it done. And this is what bead number 2 ended up looking like. I just went ahead and put it right on top of the other one. I did see a little bit of splatter happening, but part of that was just I was holding the gun a bit too far away. Definitely fixable. And once again, all that pre-bead checks. Did end up with quite a bit of overhang this time, just going through all that, getting everything ready to roll on to the next bead. It's a lot of repetition, but it's what makes you good. And this clip is sewed down just so you can kind of see that I did orient my plate another direction just to keep my gloves from getting too hot. And you can see it a little better this side, just that kind of wide swooping motion I was making. It usually works out best for me. That's what I like to do. See there, I kind of messed up a little bit, had to get back into it, but end result really weren't able to tell because metal was still really hot when I tapped back into it. And once again, I just kind of kept the cleanup sped up. This one I kind of struggled a little bit. It really just was not wanting to clean up right. It was seriously getting on my nerves. And this is what the end result ended up looking like. You can kind of see where I had a little bit of a mess up and had to re-enter, and here's just a better image of it. But yeah, that was all the plates I did today. Here's kind of a side-by-side of the two. I did end up liking my first one a little better. In between, I did go talk to my teacher, and on these edge pieces here where it's kind of caving in, what you want to do is start on the outside of your main plate on that backing piece, and then you'll kind of avoid that caving issue. But yeah, I had a lot of fun recording this. I hope you guys had fun coming to welding with me. Have a good one. Bye.